Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel. Momma Kelly here, mom to all, friend to all, love all. Anyways, if you're new here, thanks for trying out my channel. Just a real positive place to be, so no negativity here, okay? All right, yeah, just take that next door to Joe Schmo, okay? But right now I am on my way to my chemo infusion. It's not that bad. It's just, I think when people think of chemo, it is bad. I mean, it's the same drug that they give to cancer patients sometimes. But I don't have cancer, and I've said that a million times, but I keep getting people questioning whether I do, and so I just wanted to make it clear that I do not. I have autoimmune issues, which this drug takes care of. I am on a really high dose, more than I've ever been on before, so it kind of whipped my butt last time. But today I'm just gonna, you know, I think I know what to expect, so I go from there. I wish I had somebody to drive me, but I don't, so I'm driving myself. Obviously the way there isn't a big deal. Here I am, but the way home will be not so fun, because sometimes I don't feel good. Well, I didn't feel good last time. I shouldn't say sometimes. The last time I didn't feel good with the higher dosage, so we'll see. But I just posted on my Instagram, and I know not all of you follow me on there, but it's Momma_KellyJo, KELLYJO, and there's just fun and exciting things going on there, so you should probably jump on that. But I asked for you guys to ask me some questions, so maybe while I'm getting my infusion and stuff like that, I can answer those questions for you guys. I know a while back I asked for them and I answered a few, but I don't know how to get those again, because I'm not like technologically inclined, okay? I'm old. I only know how to do certain things on my phone. That's why my channel is called Momma Kelly Unedited, because I don't know how to edit. I'm gonna figure it out someday, but I haven't had I don't know. I think it's working out just fine the way it is for right now. Maybe if I ever get more followers, I'll try to edit, and who knows? Yeah, it could happen. You just never know. Life's just crazy that way. Right now, I thank each and every one of you that does follow me and watch my videos. That's really sweet of you, and it makes my day. And I love reading all the comments, and I know I say all the same stuff every time, so blah, blah, blah. All right, so I'm gonna come back when I get some questions, and I'm gonna answer those questions, obviously, bluntly as I can. Like, yeah, I'm no filter, so yeah, see you in a minute. Okay, so I told you that I'd see you at the infusion place, but I was just driving, and then there was this McDonald's there, and so I was not gonna drink a Diet Coke. I had a Diet Coke this morning, but I wasn't gonna drink another one because I brought my water, because it's easier for them to get my veins if I'm like really hydrated, and it always takes a while. Anyway, so it sucked me in. It it was like the forces of Diet Cokeness or evilness or whatever just like turned the wheel, and there I was in the McDonald's parking or drive-through, just gonna get a soda, okay, Diet Coke. Then I'll be damned, out of my mouth spurts 2 Diet Cokes. Oops. Hi guys. Sorry I didn't get to, I mean, it's only for a second for you guys, but I didn't answer the questions yesterday because I did not feel well. I just had a really bad headache and I was really nauseous, but I just took one of my nausea pills and whatever. And I just came home and slept the rest of the night. And then it's Saturday now and I'm feeling much better. I'm just kind of relaxing and watching some TV, trying to find something new on Netflix to watch. I swear I've watched everything. So yeah, that's a problem. And then, you know, checked out Hulu. I got a long story there. Okay. Because of the Olympics, I tried to go to, I don't know if you want to hear or not, but I'm going to tell you. I tried to go to Hulu Live, or without the commercials, but so that I could get the live, you know, stuff for the TV channels too. Well, I went and changed it. Well, I accidentally changed it to the one that is live, but it had the commercials. So I went right back in and I changed it again back to no commercials. And long story short, it still gives me commercials. So I refuse to watch Hulu until next month, when I guess it'll take effect that I didn't have commercials. So a few things real quick before we get started. I'm going to answer some questions that you guys asked yesterday. My dog, Kira, is laying on the ground and she's snoring. So if you hear this snoring noise in the background, that is her. My other two dogs are sitting here next to me, dead asleep. So yeah, and this is not the most flattering angle. I realize that, but I'm not out to flatter anybody. I'm old and I don't need to flatter anybody. I am who I am, and this is how God made me, so we all just love it. Okay, so before this gets too long, I picked out about 10 questions, maybe a little bit more. I don't know that we'll get to all of them, but I tried to pick out the ones that were repeated by different people, so obviously those were the most, I guess, curious things. The first one that came up a lot of times is, am I moving to Florida to be by Sam? And the answer to that is no. Sam doesn't plan on, I don't think, living in Florida for the rest of her life. This was just something she did as you know, she's 22. She gets, you know, to experience new things, and that's awesome. And that she has the means to do that and whatever. But I can't just pick up my life. I have a house here. I have my animals. I just can't pick up and go. Would I love to be nearer or closer to her? Definitely. But we're making it work. We see each other about once a month, every month and a half. She is coming in about a week, a little over a week, to visit here so she can see her friend Jaden had a baby. And so I know she wants to see the baby, and then we're just going to spend a week together. We really didn't make very many plans, but I'm sure we'll find stuff to do every day. So that's one question. I don't even have to look at my list. See, I brought a notebook. I got a notebook. I wrote them down because I didn't want to forget them. Okay, so this is a good one. A couple people asked me this. What is something that most people don't know about me? Okay. Probably, I think it would be surprising to know that I am very antisocial. I don't know if that's the right, or maybe that I have social anxiety, just like Sam does. I'm not sure. I like to keep to myself. I'm a homebody. I stress out when I know that I have plans to do something and it's coming up. I'll like sit there and try to find reasons why I can't go or do things. I don't have many girlfriends. I don't mean like sexual girlfriends. I mean like girlfriends like to do, or guy friends to do things with. I don't know what the reason for that is. My best guess is that I don't want people to have expectations of me so that I don't let them down. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I just know that I kind of shy away from letting very many people close to me. And I don't know that you know, on here, I'm open and whatever, but I'm talking to, you know, a camera, and I know there's live people on the other end, but I feel like safer, with my online friends, than I think, you know, divulging my life to, a person that then, I guess, maybe it is an expectation thing. Okay, so there's that. A couple people asked about what branch of the military I was in and what did I do. I was in the Army. I went into the National Guard for the U.S. Army. And I went in after I was done with college to pay off my student loans. They helped pay off a huge chunk of them. I went to private schools, so I had quite a bit of student loan debt. That's one thing I would change. If I could go back in time, I would go to a public school. I don't know, you know, I'm not upset with the schools I went with or anything like that. I just think that I could have got the same education at a public school for a lot cheaper. But anyway, so I went to the U.S. Army and I was an avionics mechanic. So I was trained to work on the security systems and other systems in like Black Hawks, Huey helicopter, mainly helicopters. So yeah, it was interesting. It was something that I never saw myself doing. I didn't have any interest in that before going into the Army. You take this test, you take the ASVAB test, and depending on how you score, depends on what jobs you can get. And I scored decently high, obviously, but going through college, I, you know, had the maths and the different things that helped me score very well on the test. So I went to, so anyway, they gave you choices of jobs, and I went with the one that paid off more of my school loans and gave me the bonus and that kind of thing. So would I pick that job again? No. After going through it, each job has a training time that you have to, how many months or whatever years of training that you have to go through before you actually get to do the job. And I would have picked one with a much shorter time. Mine was almost a year, I think, of just training, which when you're in the Army and you're in a training environment, your freedoms are much less than when you're done and you are actually a soldier. So, I mean, you're still a soldier, but you know what I mean? You're actually done and you're actually doing your job live. Okay. Tips on jealousy. That was a good one. I had to think about like that for a minute. I'd probably say, to make it a short answer, don't mistake attention for, I don't know. Jealousy. I think we all have it. It's inside us all. I was jealous when I was younger, a lot more. Now I'm kind of like, you know, do what you got to do, whatever, in my relationship. That kind of goes away. But I know when I was younger, I would get jealous and it would like drive me. And I think you just have to be confident with yourself and know that if someone really wants to be with you, that they're going to be with you. And if they don't, then that's not the right person for you. So, there's more questions I have for this person. Like, in what situation are they jealous? Like, is there a significant other, you know, spending more time with somebody else, that kind of thing. I don't know. So that, I can't answer that all the way. How do I stay positive all the time? Well, first of all, I'm not positive all the time. You guys got to remember, you know, my videos are only a short little snippet of my whole life, but I do try to stay pretty positive. But there's things that bring me down just like anybody else. But like somebody said with my mental health struggles also, so how do I stay positive with my mental health struggles? First of all, I go to therapy a lot. I am on medication for depression and anxiety. And I'm okay with that. Let's see. I try to find the few things that make me happy and focus on those versus focusing on the negative things. And by doing that, you kind of find your happy place, and, you know, which makes you be more positive. So that was a shitty answer. I'm sorry about that. This one I thought was interesting. What's my skincare routine? I don't have one. I literally don't. I wash my face in the shower sometimes, not even every time. I have never worn a lot of makeup. People are like, you have such great skin. You know, obviously some of that's genetics. You know, some people do nothing wrong and they have shitty skin and that's not their fault. But I have like a little zit for the first time in like a long time right there. I think it's an ingrown hair actually, but I'm going to go with a zit since we're talking about skincare. So I really don't do a whole lot. If I've been in the sun, I use this Clinique serum stuff that Sam turned me on to. I don't even know the name of it. It's pink and I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I don't do a whole lot. I just moisturize if I get a lot of sun, and I don't get a lot of sun all the time. This year I've gotten more sun than I've gotten in a long time because I've been going down to visit Sam in Florida. What started my Nike obsession? I don't know. I guess like when I was younger, there was like only certain, I mean, I was a tomboy and I was in sports all the time and most of my stuff just was Nike. So I had a Nike hat collection, which I still have a whole bunch of them. They're so cringy. But I didn't have very many clothes. I was pretty poor growing up. I shouldn't say growing up. My high school years, after my parents divorced, my mom did the best she could. But we always had everything we ever wanted. She made sure of that. She was fantastic. She was awesome. Best mom ever. I'm very lucky that way. And if I had to pick something, I would always pick Nike. And unfortunately with Nike, it was a little bit more expensive, but she still made sure I had what I needed for my sports and that kind of thing. And I even found the other day I was going through some of my old stuff and I found these little Nike earrings that I had bought, little swooshes that I had bought when I was in high school. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I don't know. It was the main brand of the time and I got caught on it and I just was hooked for the rest of my life. Look at me now. Just collecting shoes left and right and shirts and clothes and hats and stuff. All right. What would I tell my 22-year-old self? Okay, this kind of goes with the jealousy thing, but there's a lot of answers to this because I could go on and on and on. And my 22-year-old self was obviously different than now being in the present day because there's phones and cameras and everything everywhere. But I would say, let's say in relationship wise, don't mistake attention for love. Okay. Somebody that pays attention to you and is giving you what you think you need, you have to be, that doesn't mean that they love you the way that you love them. Love doesn't happen just overnight. Well, for some people, they say it does, but majority of the time, it's something that you have to work towards. So, or that happens over, you know, whether it's months or years or whatever. But yeah, and this doesn't just have to be in a relationship, but, you know, just, I guess that's the only advice that I would have to make the answer short. So that probably was shitty advice, wasn't it? My greatest accomplishment in life, being a mom and having great kids. That's an easy one for me. Yeah. Oh, do I like Grey's Anatomy? Yes, I do. But I like the old Grey's Anatomy way more than I like what's going on now. The whole COVID thing, they've really stretched that out a long time. And I know it's an important topic right now in society, but I'm not like, I don't know. It doesn't captivate me as much as it used to captivate me. So, but I do like Grey's Anatomy. Yep. A couple left. What's my sign? I'm an Aries. My birthday is March 22nd. Definitely fit that sign. As far as my personality goes, I'm stubborn and yeah. Okay, last question because I don't want this to be too long and it already is. Will Sam and I ever do a meet and greet? We'll probably be at Playlist next year for sure. I think it's not till September of 2022. But I shouldn't say I've never done a meet and greet because I'm not that popular. But Sam has done meet and greets at the Mall of America before and in a couple other places. You know, if we're somewhere that we know we're going to be, we had done one in Chicago too, I should say that. If we know we're going to be somewhere, we usually will try to do a meet and greet there, or she'll try to do a meet and greet there. People aren't coming to see me. I realize that. They're coming to see her. And that's awesome. I love it. She's a rock star. Couldn't be more proud of my baby girl. So yeah, I guess I don't know where you're the person that asked this question. I don't know where you live or where you would want us to do a meet and greet, but are we ever going to do like a little tour meet and greet thing? Probably. I shouldn't say never. You never say never. Okay. Never say never. Okay. I know you guys don't want me to sing because that was a whole joke, by the way, that whole Olivia Rodrigo thing, but some people were really sweet and thought I was trying to, that I thought I had a good voice. But all right, so I gotta go. I love you all. You're special. You're perfect just the way you are, and your uniqueness is what makes this world a better place, because if we were all the same, that'd be so boring. And you know, there's no mistakes. So God made you just the way you are for a reason, and someday you'll figure out that reason if you haven't yet. And remember that I love you, and that Samantha Joe loves you, and this world is a better place with you in it. I'll see you for my next video. Please like it. I would really appreciate it. Share it. Go ahead. Tell your friends about me. I wouldn't mind. Remember, if I get to 50,000 followers, I'm going to get some purple put in my hair. Not lying. Husband's going to not like that at all, but I'm doing it for you guys and for me because I like purple. Favorite color. Didn't ask that question, but that's the answer. So yeah, see ya on the flip side.